Good morning. Georgia Adventure here. Glorious day today. It's not going to be in the 90s. Yay. Humidity's not real high right now. We've had a little bit of rain, so I'm glad we've had a very hot summer, hot 3 months in Georgia. So glad of that. So my Monday morning inspirational talk today and is on humility, being humble. I've worked around a lot of different people over the years. Being with a big power company, I've got to know a lot of people. Still working in the industry, but I've got to know just people from different walks of life, just a lot of different people. A lot of good people. So when you work with a lot of people like that, you see different types of people. So today I'm going to talk about humility. And I'm going to read you what the dictionary says. It says a state or quality of being humble. Absence of pride or self-assertion. Not proud, not better. To me, it's the opposite of pride. It's the opposite of narcissism. It's the opposite of self-satisfaction, vanity. And the Bible says, rather in humility, value others above yourselves. Value others above yourselves. Value others. That's a big deal. So working in the power industry, some people, I started off and moved up through the company and got into safety, then ended up being a supervisor. I was over, I had about 9 people, sometimes more, depends on what we were doing. So you dealt with people that you might get a guy that's not very humble. He's wanting to move up, so he'll make decisions instead of taking care of his crew or watching his crew or making decisions best, he'll make a decision that he feels like will get him recognition or something where he can move up or and sometimes that backfires. When you're working people, when you're over people, that's one of the first things you got to do. You got to be humble. You got to, as a supervisor, you got to be willing to say, I'm wrong, or I don't know nothing about this, so I'm going to call somebody. A lot of people don't do it. A lot of people would rather they don't want to swallow their pride, so they'll go ahead and do something not knowing everything about it, and then you have an accident or a flash or you have something bad happens because of their pride. So there's a lot of prideful, narcissistic people in the country, unfortunately. Humility is a big deal to me on who I'm associate with, who I'm around. I'm good at picking up, people that tend to be arrogant or narcissistic. Lack of humility. They never think about anybody but themselves. Never. You got to think about other people. You got to think about other people when you make decisions. Even being a husband or being a dad or a grandfather or being over people, if you got a group of people, if you're a Boy Scout leader, or if you're a football coach, you got to think about, you can't think about you looking good. I mean, yeah, you want to win, but you got to think about your team. And that's the way it is here. You know, you got to think about your team. You don't put yourself over your team to make yourself look good. And I know a lot of humble people. I know a lot of humble people. My wife is one of the most humble people that you could ever meet. She puts people first. She puts me first, and I sometimes that makes me a little uncomfortable because I don't feel like I deserve to be put first like that. I don't, you know. I try to put her ahead of me, you know. And you know, humility is one of them things that you would put yourself. I will put myself in danger for my grandchildren or my children or my friends. I would put myself in danger. I wouldn't think about my well-being. I'd think about them. That's what a good leader is humble. A good leader can get more things done. And I'll give you an example. And I don't want to talk about myself, but I'm just going to give you an example. Been several times where we were on a hurricane or a tornado or some kind of big storm. So they set up these big staging areas that you go in, and we call them tent cities. So they got you sleep in a tent, or you got bunk trucks, these big tractor trailers that have bunks in them. They're air conditioned, they have bunks. So all these guys get in there and they're packed in there like sardines. You got showers, you know, you got trailers with a bunch of showers in them. So you're all at this staging area, and you get all your materials there. You eat there, you sleep there. It's like a military deal. So there's been several times where they've told me, well, we got you a hotel room. You know, we got a hotel room you can go sleep in. So if my crew guys were in the bunks trailers, I'm not going to the hotel room. I'm not going to the hotel room and them being in the bunk trailer at the staging area. I'm going to stay at the staging area. And I've slept in my pickup truck. I slept in my company truck many times because my guys were sleeping there. If my guys are eating that food, I'm going to eat that food. I'm not going to sneak over and get something. Well, most of the time you can't find a restaurant open if it's a big enough event, but I'm not going to go and sneak and get me something while they're eating that food. And usually the food's good. I'm going to be there with them and do what they're doing, because if they see you doing that kind of stuff, you've lost all your leadership, and they don't see you as being humble. They see you as being like you're better than them. That's not humility. So, you know, humility is a big deal to me, and I'm gonna talk about the knife community for a minute, because I see now most guys, you know, we talk online, we talk through YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or whatever, and I've met two guys face to face, Mike Curtis, Kent Smith. Met them face to face, spent a day with them, talking to them, and my first impression with them is they're good guys, they're good people. You know, I don't know them real good, but I can just pick up. I'm good at picking up people because I've worked around so many people. I've seen so many personalities with guys, you know, and I can pick up on it pretty quick what kind of, you know, personality they have or what kind of people they are. So those two guys seem very humble, very nice. So, and I really believe in my heart that just being part of our knife community, all of us that's on the knife community, that we all know who we are. We welcome people, we help people, and I see, you know, I see stuff being sent around, passed around, and guys sending knives. I've been a recipient of it. I mean, I've had 2 GEC knives sent to me that are expensive, you know, that I probably didn't deserve. Got a trapper from a guy, 865 knives. You know, he sent it to me. So, more knives. So, I see a lot of, and hear of a lot of, just paying attention. I believe, and I'm not going to say everybody's that way, but I just believe that the people on our knife community are really, really, really good folks, good salt of the earth, down to earth folks, and I think there's a lot of them. And like I said, I may be wrong, but I don't think I am, that have a lot of humility and are good people. We got some guys that have, health issues. We got some guys that have some just different issues, and we try to, all of us try to get together, and we try to, check up on them, and just send them things and make them part of a community. And that's why I'm glad my wife is part of the community, this knife community. She watches the videos of y'all. She watches Big J in Boston on Sundays. It was Saturday, but she sits in a chair next to me, and she watches Big J in Boston. She watched J.O. And she watches them, and she always says these are good people, and I agree with her. She's very good at that. She's very good at seeing that in people. So she watches that kind of stuff. She's involved. She likes to go to the knife thing. She met Mike Curtis and she met Kent, and her first impression was like, those are good guys. So I listen to my wife. She she don't collect knives. But she does make the kerchiefs. She's part of EDC Leatherworks. She's part of the whole process. She mails stuff out. She says, well, maybe you need to send this guy Hank, or maybe you need to send him a little something extra, So she's a big part of it. And she sees, a lot of the guys, she sees the notes. Yeah, and I let her read the notes that I get. And she's very impressed with that. To me, if you can sit down and you can write a note, a little note that may be a paragraph, and I'm bad about forgetting about it when I ship my stuff, but I'm trying to do better because I get in a hurry. Those notes mean a lot to people. They mean a lot to me. So that's humility to me. A guy that can sit down and write a note, a man, and write a note and say, hey man, blah, blah, blah. That's special to me. So the knife community that we're all involved in, we know who we are. It's really awesome. I mean, it's just awesome. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are awesome people, and I'm glad I'm a part of it. I'm glad y'all let me be a part of it. Yeah, I sell you leather, and I sell leather, but it ain't about the leather. It ain't about EDC Leatherworks. It's about our community, and I think it's fantastic, man. I really do. I'm not gonna name anybody. Y'all know who you are. We all correspond. I'll be corresponding with some of y'all. I've already have this morning. So fantastic knife community. Fantastic. Great. Just a great bunch of people, man. And I really, 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 really appreciate y'all. More than I can ever say. More than I can just put in words. It's just a great feeling to know you got a community of nice guys and gals. I guess I can say gal, I don't know, but great people, just great people out there. And I really do appreciate y'all. I really want to get to meet some more of y'all face to face. I really do. So I'm going to try to figure out how to do it. But I just want to thank y'all, for supporting my channel, my YouTube channel, my Instagram, my leather business. I appreciate y'all. We got to support Boston and Big J's Knife Talk on Sundays. For all you people that hadn't got on there, get on there, man. It's great. We got to support them. You know, we got to support them. Got to support our knife guys. Because it's just not about a knife. It's not, we all love knives and leather and stuff, but it's just not about that. So think about that, okay? So that's my rant for the day, or my inspirational talk for the day is humility. My parents were humble. I tried to teach my children to be humble. Both my daughters grew up to be successful and be good, so I think I was somewhat successful doing that. So anyway, that's the topic for today. I hope you enjoy it. But I can't have a video without a knife. So I got this tan micarta 75 a few weeks ago. And I've really enjoyed carrying these 75s. So I've got this one in my rotation. I've got this one, I've got the black one, the black micarta. I've got a brown bone. What else do I have? Gosh, I think that's all that's in my rotation. But I've got an orange handle one, the Smoky Valley Sunset or Sunrise. Well, I think it's Sunset. And I've got I'm trying to think of that red bone they come out with, the crimson bone. I got a crimson bone. So, you know, this has got one of my favorite shields. It's got the bow tie shield. This is a very beautiful bone. Got your standard blades for 75. But I've been watching this one for a while, and I had on a watch list this particular one because it was cheaper than any of the other ones. So I watched it, and I got a good deal on this one, so I went ahead and bought it. And if you've never carried a 75, a large Stockman 75, if you've never carried one, try it out. It's a big knife now. A lot of people don't like knives this big, but I like it because it's a good work EDC knife. That's what this knife was designed for. It was designed for farmers and ranchers. So this knife is a handful, and you can get a lot of stuff done with it. I carry one. My grandson's been eyeballing it. So it's a great knife. And then of course I've got my Saudi. And I just cannot get away from this chestnut bone sod buster. I love this chestnut bone. It's a great bone. It's one of the prettiest bone Case makes to me. There's a little teener, Erica. There's a little teener, Richter. So got some pretty patina going on. This wasn't a forced patina. This is just using it. So, you know, it's a beautiful knife. So, you know, I hope all y'all have a great day. Of course, I got my Benchmade. Y'all seen that 100 times. Hope y'all have a great day. Got my jotter today, XL. That's what I do a lot of my writing with. And this is unfortunate when you're in this business. You got to have a lot of notebooks. So here's my notebooks for the day. A lot of notebooks. I'm gonna try to be organized when I can. So God bless y'all. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate the humble people we have. You know, if you've ever met somebody with narcissism or arrogance, you know, I try to stay away from them. It's just, you know, you can talk to them, but they're just so wrapped up in themselves. But God bless you. If y'all like this video, I'd appreciate if you'd subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment, please. Leave a comments. And Richter, I'm drinking the Lord's drink. So anyways, y'all have a great day. Hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel. Leave a good comment. I hope y'all have a great day, and I really appreciate y'all. God bless. Keep your blades sharp.